What's up, guys? Welcome back to AutoGist. I know it's been a really long time since I've made a video. A lot of things have happened. I sold the IS300 just so that we can make some bigger things take place, like the house. Bought a house, needed a spot where I could actually enjoy my cars, have a place to work on them, and do stuff like that. But anyway, I want to get back into it and talk about one of the things that I really think saved my passion for cars and for building cars, having fun with them, driving them, working on them, you name it. And it's actually right here behind me. Now, for those who know me, you'll know that I'm really a BMW guy. Don't fear. I still have one. I have the E92 335i that I've got some things and some plans for. You'll probably see that on the channel at some point. But for now, the primary use of my channel is going to be covering the car that probably saved my passion a little bit. And it's a little not something you're definitely not going to think that I would be into if you know me personally. But it's a car that I think deserves a little more recognition than it gets. And for those who are in the car community who maybe are not trying to spend all of their money on cars, it's a great car to have, to enjoy, to work on, to learn on, and there's a great community with it. So without saying too much more, here's my 1995 Ford Mustang SN95 GT. Now, I got this car, found it on Facebook Marketplace, where I find most of my vehicles. And the reason I was inspired to buy this is actually bought before this one a 1996 with the 4.6 modular 2-valve motor. And if you've been looking at the market, and forgive me, it snowed over here in North Carolina last night, and so the car is an absolute mess, to be honest with you guys. I bought it and I haven't really been able to clean it up yet, and show you guys what it looks like, excuse me, with the sun here. But I do want to get you guys to just have like a quick little overview of it so you can see what she looks like, how we're starting off this project. But anyway, so I had the 96, decided that for me, I preferred the push rod. I got to drive my buddy's Fox body, and one of the things that really influenced me going with the push rod motor, there's lots of other channels, you know, that talk about Mustangs and talk about all the stuff that, you know, you can do with these various motors, the push rod, the 302, the 351, the 4.6 2-valve, 4-valve, all the way up to coyote swaps, which I'm not doing. But what I really liked about it is that there's so much support for the 302, and I know there's support for the modular, so modular guys, don't hate me, but there's just a lot for the 302. And the torque that you get out of the 302, that low end torque, is a lot of fun. So that's what prompted this. Now, more so over into what got me to buy an SN95 in the first place. Well, about 2 years ago, one of my good friends, you'll see him on the channel at some point, he had an SN95 Cobra. And as a long-term BMW guy, I'm not gonna lie, I talked a lot of crap about it until he actually took me on a ride in one, and it was awesome. I loved it. A lot of fun. And so I was like, you know what? I could try that. I like trying new cars. I've owned so many different types of cars. And so sometimes you just need to try something new. And so I got into an SN95. Now, one of the reasons I highly recommend anyone else to get into these cars right now, the SN95 is probably not, it's not the favorite, it's not the least favorite, but it's also not the favorite Mustang for people to own. Fox bodies, of course, are up there. People like the new Edge, still an SN95, but the new Edge, and then of course S197 and the S550s. It's, you know, everyone loves those. And of course you got the Terminator, and these are special models, but the Terminator, the GT500, you hear stuff about the Mach 1, but these SN95s are great. And the reason is that if you're into building a car, or you want to have a project car, this is one of the things that really is appealing about the SN95 is that you can do modular, or you can go push rod and still have the same body, right? So from 94 to 95, they came with the push rod, the 302, the 50, that came in the Fox bodies. But then from 96 to 98, they came with the modulars, right? And then you can dig into your research as far as PI, non-PI, all that crap. If you're interested in it, I definitely recommend that you take some time to do some research before you buy anything, so you know what you're getting. But anyway, as a car guy, the beautiful thing about an SN95, or about a Mustang in general, that goes unnoticed probably by a lot of German snobs like I was at some point, This car is really affordable to own. It's really easy to fix, to work on. You don't have to go scrounging for all these special tools to get jobs done. Your Craftsman tools that you get from Home Depot will conquer most of the crap on this car, right? Parts. You know, I hate having to order parts and take forever to get them, and they're super expensive for my E92, right? Not with this. This is cheap. It's cheap. It's easy to have fun with. I don't have to worry about breaking it all the time. And so that's one of the reasons I chose this car. So without further ado, let's go ahead and do a little overview on the car, talk about the condition it's in, some of the things it needs, and what we're going to be doing to it. So anyway, got this car, found it in South Carolina, completely rust free, which is fantastic. Of course, there's probably a little bit of surface rust on like the exhaust and things of that nature, and it doesn't really snow too often out here in North Carolina, so this is a little bit of a unique situation this weekend. But anyway, for the most part, the body is in good shape. Not a lot of dings and dents. The guy did say he had it resprayed black. It's a black car originally, and it is original GT. So it's not a V6 that was swapped over to a GT, to a 5.0. So original V8 there. It's got some Cobra reps on it. The rears are 315 by 45 by 17ths. Fronts, I think they are, I can't remember, but it doesn't matter because these are severely dry rotted. Really dry, really bad. I don't know if you can see that with this GoPro, but it's horrible. It's one of the reasons we actually trailered the car here. And I found some tires I'm going to slap on these wheels until I can get things going. Up front, we have the most horrendous bumper and hood of all times, and these headlights have to go. I am a little more, I like a little more simplistic look to my cars and something a little more clean, so we're obviously going to change out this hood. Front bumper, we'll probably change that out at some point too. It's not my biggest concern, but body-wise, the last thing I really got to switch out is this horrible bumper. Horrible. So if anyone's in the North Carolina, Charlotte area, and you have a regular Mustang GT bumper, I would appreciate it if you call me and or get in touch with me, and let's talk about how I can take that off your hands, especially in black. Anyway, really clean car. Let's talk about the interior real quick. Hopefully you guys can see it. I know that the sun is going down out here, but I want to make sure we come in and get this done. So really clean, 5-speed manual, of course. I would not buy an automatic. I know you can do the swaps, and I know they're not that bad, but that's just not me. And it's actually in pretty good shape for this year as a 95. Has the original radio and CD player in the car. And it is the Mach 460 sound system, so that was like the upgraded sound system for this year. He changed the gauge, but the miles are accurate, and I know that it's really hard to see, but it's 110,000 miles on this car originally. I will show you the back, but it's full of new parts and new stuff, as well as some tires I'm going to just slap on here. In the meantime, I will probably have to change this headliner at some point. This is coming down, so we'll be buying a new headliner for the car. But otherwise, cosmetically, she's in pretty good shape. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, this is what we're starting off with. Let me go ahead and pop the hood so you guys can see. Nothing too fancy going on down here, but here we are, the good old 302. So let's talk about some problems mechanically that I've already... All right, let's talk about some problems mechanically that I've already noticed on the car that we've got to get taken care of. So one, when I got the car, the one issue that he stated that it had is that at some point it overheated, and I just ran this car, and as you see, this is completely empty. And the battery's dead, otherwise I'd start it for you again. I do have a clip of it running so you can hear the exhaust. But coolant's in here, but it's not flowing. This hose is completely gone. So what I know has happened is, unfortunately, the water pump needs to be replaced on this car. And so I am going to, I don't know what's in here. There's something in that hose down there. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the water pump replaced. I've got new belts, new gaskets for everything. I already placed the thermostat and thermostat housing. So we're just gonna be doing a lot of new cleaning up out here as far as mods go. So I am going to be much more focused on suspension and making this car handle well before I try to throw a lot of power at it. These cars aren't fast by any means, but if you're a BMW guy, neither is a 325i, 328i. Heck, even an E36 M3 really isn't that fast, right? So Mustangs are not the best handling cars, but they're a lot of fun, right? And so that's what I think it's all about at this point in my life. So I really want to make this car handle better. So I've already ordered new struts, new springs I'm going to have put on, all new bushings, new upper and lower rear control arms. Of course, we're going to tidy up. We're going to get new tires on the car after we get all that situated. But I really want to just get the car handling well and running well. And I am planning, my big plan is to take this car this year to the last Mustang week. I've never gone to a Mustang week before, but I want to go do it. So yeah, hopefully you guys will see the car there. But to my SN95 guys who struggle to find videos on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. And I hope that you'll stay along for the journey. Love to have you guys. Hit that like, subscribe button for more content. It is going to be coming out. I can't wait to do more things with this car. Next video I'm going to have for you, I'm probably going to go over all the parts that I bought for it, and what we're planning to do. And man, guys, like, I will tell you how much I paid for all the parts. It's so easy to own, especially if you own the BMW Mustang, guys. You think these cars are expensive? You have no clue. That thing behind me is ridiculous. It's ridiculous expensive. Let one injector fail and you just go look it up. E92 injectors, you tell me. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Also, what should I name her?